YouTube, what's good? You know what I'm saying? We back with another fucking video. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, I just want to say I am really grateful for all the support that y'all been showing me, man. Like, excuse me. Shut the fuck up. Excuse me. No, I'm playing. We're on the way to 300 subscribers, bro. I ain't gonna lie, we been growing pretty fast, so I ain't gonna lie, man. Y'all keep spamming on the comments, keep subscribing, bro, and I'm just gonna keep bringing y'all these fucking bangers. So today, as you see by the title, we're reacting to some Julian Newman content. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't heard about these niggas in a hot minute. I used to watch their videos on Baller's Life, but I guess him and his sister are up this shit. Let's do it.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Weirdo!
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Time out, bro. What you trying to say, bro? So your sister got caught out here doing freaky dicky on the cam freaky with the freaky, and you bragging about it,
Weirdo.
What the? What kind of is you, man? What happened, Moolah Gang? It's your boy Mac Moolah. Apparently something going on with Julian Newman. I don't know who. I really don't know. I know I used to watch him in high school. I always thought he was kind of weak as hell. The homework.
Like, we used to watch that nigga, I ain't gonna lie, the little nigga was raw. His sister was raw too. Like, nigga, I ain't gonna lie, she had that jumper. Like, nigga, what happened to these niggas?
I ain't trying to be mean. I'm just telling you what it is and what it ain't. If you can't handle the truth, don't come to the Mac Moolah channel.
So you're basically
Nothing news or anything. Right now, no, I would never do it.
I don't know, Jaden. Based off of what I've seen this week on the internet, I don't know if you have those same morals. Imagine spending your children's formidable years going to the extreme, and I do mean extreme depths and lengths for them. Moving from school to school to get a better education, putting them in private instruction in order for them to be the child prodigies that you see them to be. Hell, even starting up your own school in order for your children to be the most successful children that they could possibly be. That was the dream and aspiration of internet's father, Jamie Newman. And well, today,
Mike Wazowski.
I don't think that it paid off. Now, look, I'm not saying that I condone leak culture at all. I actually think it's a horrible act. But are these even considered leaks since
The Ginobili. Face ass.
Julian Newman, the brother of Jaden Newman, is out there in the open saying this about his sister?
To look at the brighter side of things, on a positive note, she's gonna be bigger than Kim K, man. You know what I'm saying?
Weirdo.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Time out. Flag on the play, bro. Flag on the play, gang. What the fuck?
Call the popo, huh?
Time out, bro. What you trying to say, bro? So your sister got caught out here doing freaky dicky on the cam freaky with the freaky, and you bragging about it?
Weirdo.
What the fuck? What kind
Bless
of
me?
is you, man?
And y'all better tell me bless me in the comments. I smack this shit.
I be telling y'all about them long hair Tarzan looking motherfuckers. I'll tell you about them Tarzan niggas. I'll tell you about them Tarzan niggas.
I care, like, bro, y'all just gassing her up.
The Newman family and
Lord,
father
no, he
Jamie
did.
Newman spent years trying to turn Julian and Jaden into basketball prodigies. So how did they go from being basketball prodigies to a family that only seems to get the most attention?
That's what we trying to find out.
If you're new to this and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It's gonna go up.
Bro, am I hearing this shit? I'm like, my mind is fucked up right now. I'm just gonna come out and say it, bro. That's what you said about. Usually, I ain't got no sister, but usually the niggas I know that got a sister usually be like,
Man, y'all niggas better stop talking about my fucking sister, bro. Y'all got me fucked up, bro. That's my fucking sister, bro. Don't fuck with my fucking sister, bro.
usually they be on that type of time. You feel?
Not for
You like,
real.
here come this old brother ass. You feel? Just too overprotective on. He talking about some. She gonna be bigger than Kim K.
What?
Bear, like.
Oh,
A long way from the channel. As you can tell, I'm in a new setup, and it's thanks to all 183,000 of you guys. I would not.
No, hey, don't tell me the bag dried up like that, nigga. Y'all niggas had to just get all the way down to OnlyFans. Don't tell me y'all niggas had to go all the way to OnlyFans, bro. That shit's crazy.
I'd be here without you. Now, back into the video.
Redo the vid? Wait, what vid?
Oh my god.
One of the internet's favorite families is back to the spotlight, and this time it's not for the dribble tween hezzy antics of Julian Newman, the star
He was always short, so I don't understand why.
mixtape basketball era. This time it's Jaden Newman. As a recent part of a bunch of leaks that came onto the internet, Jaden Newman's personal schmex tape got leaked to the internet. The reason why I'm putting so many quotes and emphasis around whether it was or was not leaked will be revealed later on in the video.
Right, so they damn near posted it on purpose on some weirdo shit.
For research purposes, I promise you, research purposes strictly, I did come across these videos, and they were explicit as hell. Now, if these were truly leaked out and put to the internet without her permission, then, I don't think that this is something that should have happened. But ultimately, we are here, and it is something that not even Julian Newman, Jaden Newman's brother, can avoid.
Y'all keep asking me some weird stuff. No one cares. I don't care. Like, get out of here with that, bro. Y'all only care because it's Jaden Newman. Second of all, what that got to do with me?
The pipeline from child internet star to being...
Hey, that right there, gang, that's a lost fucking soul. That's the lost soul of a brother. It looks like he ain't got no protection left. He just accepted the fact his sister gone. I think, for some niggas be like that too, though. They just be accepting the fact. I don't know if it's true. I don't know the man. I just said, this is my shit talking, nigga. Get the fuck off my channel, you don't like the joke. Okay? Let me tell you something right now. Let me tell you something right now, bro. Okay, you listen? That's what it looked like to me, bro. It looked like your sister might be just going and you just kind of gave up on trying to stop her from going. I hope that ain't the case. Because you ain't reacting like a lot of niggas.
Some sort of burnout is one that is escaping nobody.
That's just my opinion.
We haven't heard about the Newman name for months now, but every single time that we hear this for some sort of bad antics or negative PR from what most people would perceive. And in a situation like this where somebody's intimate and personal details get leaked out to the internet, the best course of action probably, in my opinion, is to avoid it as a whole. But it seems as though the father's teachings have trickled down into the children, and Julian Newman is using this as some sort of complete promo tour.
She's gonna be bigger than Kim K, man.
When I tell you how disgusted I was to find out this clip was from a video that Julian Newman had posted, not just because he was promoting his sister's OF leaks that she had out to the public, which means that I think that he had to have seen them in some way, shape, form, or fashion, but also because he used this AI thumbnail. That's a weird choice to be making.
Look at the fucking thumbnail.
Nah, gang. Bro, that's a thumbnail like I will make, bro. That's what makes it funny, bro. You're supposed to be Julian Newman, bro. You're supposed to, have better production than this, bro. I get it. It's free. But no, bro. Bro, the bag done dried up, bro. He do look like Tarzan.
Exhibit A on the professionalweirdo.com. We got Julian Newman. What the fuck?
What? Stop it. Get some help.
This is the fucking thumbnail that he put on a video that he made on YouTube about his sister porno leaks. This is some new shit, yeah, boy. I told y'all about them Tarzan looking motherfuckers. Only Tarzan looking motherfucker that official in my book is Jay Cinco. All them other niggas, you gotta watch. I don't know. It's like as soon as that hair start touching their shoulder, then they get to this going on right here. They get to this going on. I'm telling you, gang. Them Tarzan niggas, boy, they I don't know.
The sad part about all this is this is not the family notoriety that the Newman family sought out for when they graced the internet years and years ago. We gotta remember that Julian...
Fuck that. But I will say, this is the weirdest shit in the world. I'm sorry. I tried to just keep the video going. I can't do it. This is weird, gang. This is weird. If I ain't have no sister, but if I did have a sister and this happened to my sister, y'all have me fucked up. Y'all talking about my sister. I would have deleted Twitter, deleted Instagram. I damn sure wouldn't have been made no video, put it on Instagram, put it on YouTube, trying to make a little $55 off of it. You know damn well you come on, man.
Families
You
start
tripping,
out
man.
for when they grace the internet.
You tripping, man.
We gotta remember that Julian Newman
Slap his
and
ass,
were
man.
quote unquote child prodigies. Jaden Newman was
Slap his
playing
ass.
varsity basketball for her high school at just the age of 9 years old. She was even so good at basketball that she got the opportunity to do a 3-point contest with somebody that she looked up to and admired in Stephen Curry.
3-year-old Jaden Newman. Wait a minute, how old are you really?
10.
10 years old.
Before we do the skinny scientists from my school.
Please excuse Jaden Newman from class today. She's beating Stephen Curry in a 3-point contest.
And now fast forward to 2026, you have Jaden Newman being one of the worst fallen off childhood prodigies in the
Crazy how that
social
go,
media era. And a lot of people are scratching their heads trying to figure out how they could have gotten here. How do you go from being compared to the next greatest women's basketball player like Skylar Diggins, Candace Parker, Maya Moore, to now being compared by your own blood brother to Kim Kardashian for having your schmex tape leak? I think the answer is quite clear when you understand who their father is.
What's wrong with pushing your kids to be great?
There's nothing wrong with that.
Someone else is not going to tell us what our kids can't do because we know what they can do. People kill me when they just try to get on.
No, I don't know if that's the edit. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like his fucking voice. I don't like his voice, and he looked like the villain on the cartoon character. Like he looked like fucking.
Bro, if he guesses this before I say it, bro, nigga, I'm gonna be fucking weak. Does this nigga does not like you can't tell me right now he don't look like the fucking Minions. This nigga like a lemon head. Matter of fact, fuck that. He like a fucking banana. Laffy banana Laffy Taffy looking ass.
I don't know. He looked just like somebody that you just can't stand on the cartoons early morning when you got the cereal with the Captain Crunch and the Applejack, and you just sitting there chilling and
Chat, you can't tell me this nigga don't look like Pops the cereal.
the evil man come up on a cartoon and he look like this and he sound like it too. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just something about it I don't like, bro. So he look like the nigga off the Incredibles. Look, the Incredible, the dude that look. The Incredibles enemy and movie. What the hell that name was called? What it was, folks? The Underminer! The Underminer!
This is a certified hood classic.
The Underminer! What the fuck wrong with this family, bro?
On the bar, get on myself, get on Richard Williams. We're just pushing your kids to be great.
If you've never seen that bald-headed man before with the big arched eyebrows, you would have thought that was their manager or their promoter or their coach. But that is the Newman family's patriarch, Jamie Newman. Now, I think it's quite clear to understand how delusional Jamie Newman's thought process and ideology is when he's comparing himself to LeVar Ball and Richard Williams. LeVar Ball being the father of 3 children that made it to the NBA stage, kids that are also 6'3", 6'4", 6'5".
Right.
And then Richard Williams, who was the father of...
But that's what I'm saying, though, bro. LeVar Ball is like 6'7" or some shit. His wife like 6'2", 6 foot tall, girl. They supposed to fucking play basketball. Me personally, do I want my son to hoop? Hell yeah. Real bad. But nigga, I'm fucking... with shoes on, I'm barely 6'1". Like, yeah, I'm pushing it, really. I'm like 6'9". Shoes on. You know what I'm saying? Like 6.5, 7'1" with the shoes. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of something. I ain't short at all. About 6 feet for real. My wife 5'5". When we had kids, I don't want you to play basketball. I don't want my fucking son to play basketball. It's his first main sport. I don't know how tall you is, bro. If you stop growing at 5'9", nigga, you just assed out. So that's just not, you know what I'm saying?
6'3".
Anyway, I'm letting it play.
5+. And then Richard Williams, who is the father of Venus and Serena Williams, 2 children that grew up to be tennis prodigies and some of, if not the greatest tennis players to ever grace the earth. Putting yourself in that lane is a little bit stretchy, but we get the overall point. That doesn't mean that the delusion doesn't still stand. Now, I want to be fair to Jamie Newman and his efforts to get his kids out there to another level. He put a quote in Bleacher Report saying, "No one understands what they're going through better than they do. They're on the same path. They don't want to be normal kids. They want to be extraordinary." And I think that's very respectable. Wanting your kids to be great and pushing them to that greatness isn't some sort of bad thing. I think that people loosely use terms like helicopter parent or tiger parent, and I don't want anybody wanting their children to be great to be labeled that just because. Now, with that being said, that is not Jamie Newman. Jamie Newman is a delusional parent who put his children in the limelight with unrealistic expectations, unrealistic hopes of success. He himself is about 5'6", 5'5", and he had.
Come on, gang. If you you the daddy and you 5'5", why the fuck is you putting your kids in basketball? I used to see the nigga mixtapes. I'm just saying though, bro. Nigga, look, come on, gang. You was always the shortest nigga on the court, nigga.
These expectations that his kids would be better than, or if not just as good as, some of the best basketball talent in the world. I mean, when we watched the footage, the skills didn't match. But what really made Jamie Newman disgusting is that he compromised his children's integrity for the sake of success. People had many concerns about Jamie Newman's exposure to his kids to social media and the real world. In that same Bleacher Report article, Jamie Newman reported that he had the passwords to both kids' Instagram accounts and knew that 15-year-old Jaden was receiving sexual messages and pictures from strangers. He says, and I quote, "She shows me your messages. I see 5 from the past 24 hours that are either graphics."
Man, you niggas is weird as hell, man. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not putting. I get it. How some niggas, I'm not putting my kids on a motherfucking camera for nothing. I don't give a fuck what's going on, who he is, how it's happening. No, my kids ain't getting no motherfucking Instagram page. The fuck, y'all. I'm saying, but at least you can do is turn the DMs off.
Sexual proportions or requests for the type of photos and videos that got leaked. Rude photographs. Jamie Newman says it's a trade-off. I like having a lot of followers, but the downside is guys who say weird liberal stuff, I mostly try to ignore. Now, I'm not going to say Jamie Newman exactly instilled that type of thought process and philosophy into Jaden, but if you're seeing these things come across your daughter's phone, and I'm hearing her say that type of phrasing, that it's a trade-off for the social media success that she's getting, you can put the pieces together. Was that enough for Jamie Newman to stop putting his children out there on social media? No. Remind you, he was supposed to be training his 2 young prodigies to be elite basketball players, but at the end of the day, all it did was expose them to a life that they probably weren't ready for. Neither of them lived up to the success that their father had laid out for them, and now in 2026, Jamie Newman is being clowned for his endeavors, whether it be parenting or coaching.
They started off on the 7 to the over. Yes, this is their head coach. Jamie Newman.
He's a legend, bro.
Ball is life.
He's a legend, bro. He stayed in the mix.
I hate that fucking swing. His ass is back at work today.
Like nothing happened. Like I said earlier, there's no problem with wanting your child to be as successful as possible, but ultimately that means being realistic with what they can and can't do. And I don't think that that's what Jamie Newman did. But what I do think that he did was understand the value in monetization in the celebrity that he could ultimately make his children into being.
What was it that made you realize, yo, my kids, we could monetize their abilities right now? Like
the first couple of years, I think, when they were all the prodigies, you know, they were prodigies. And when they did that, I was like, hey, we got something here.
I don't know, gang. Does that not sound kind of strange and weird to anybody else but me? Raise your hand in the comment section if that sounds weird to you. Jamie Newman created 2 celebrities, but the problem is that the only part of his plan that seemed to work was not the basketball, but it was the creation of them being famous. And so while Jaden Newman is dealing with the ugly sides of being famous right now,
especially my dog, I'm not putting my dog.
Julian Newman has been dealing with the ugly sides of being famous for years at this point. Julian Newman was the face of the internet experience experiment that became the Newman family. For what it's worth, he was one of the forefront fathers of the internet mixtape basketball era, getting known for being somebody who had all these skills at an early age. But ultimately, the professional career that his father had laid out for him never fully worked. He didn't start playing any sort of collegiate basketball until 2024, and to be quite honest with you, I think that school was there to just sell tickets. Through the first 3 games, Julian Newman averaged 3 points per game, 16.7% from the field, and just 0% from 3. The conversation surrounding Julian Newman went from how good will he be to what happened to Julian Newman very, very fast.
I give you one.
You give me one?
One.
I'll take it.
Oh my Lord! That's gonna take it away.
Then you gotta just put him over.
Something away. Not like Rashad. Take something away.
No way!
There you go. That's good defense.
No way!
Get in the bag.
The defense is not gonna let you put this down.
The defense, get strong, get strong.
No balance.
Maybe the professional career wouldn't work. You know, NBA, overseas, not in the cards for Julian Newman, but creator basketball steps on the scene. And through the guidance of his team, including his father, Julian Newman would, let's just say, make an attempt to get into the professional creator scene, but ultimately through years of tolerating or promoting or hyping the bad behaviors, not just the on-court ability, but also, you know, the hothead temperament of it all, Julian Newman would flame out quick, fast, in a hurry in his professional content creator career.
What did he try to do? Is he fight? What the hell?
You've probably seen this person before, even if you didn't know that it was exactly Julian Newman. One, because you may have not noticed this 5'3" content creator basketball guy. You didn't really realize what the relevancy was. And 2, because he probably looks burnt out. But long story less long, he will become the laughing stock of the content creator sphere. It gets so bad that streamers start inviting him onto their platforms just to provoke him, poke the bear of it all, because they know that he will rage out. They know that he will get
that's the point you never want to be in. Never want to be that guy.
Some sort of clip. They know that he will give them some sort of moment.
Bro, but that shit ain't cool.
Even though the basketball never panned out, the attention never disappeared. Why? Because Julian Newman will become a spectacle in more than just the basketball lane. He took his talents to the ring as well. I don't want to go into deep detail about what happened in his short-lived influencer boxing career. It's not so much about the fight that, you know, really concerned me. It's the fact that
the Mexican nigga? That look like the Mexican nigga from the Oblivion. That's his name.
And it's not so much about the fight that, you know, really concerned me. It's the fact that he was embarrassed every step of the way. Everyone looked at him as somebody who can give them a clip, somebody who can give them a moment. And for what it's worth, he fed into it every single time. He went from being this basketball prodigy to a reality show character to this creator hooper to influencer boxer. The whole time, I think all of those were just ways to kind of hide the fact that he was the internet's punching bag or content creator, court jester. And the only reason why I see him continuously feeding into this narrative, just like I see his sister continuously feeding into this narrative, is because they have a father who was more worried about the monetization as opposed to setting realistic expectations.
All the prodigies. And when they did that, I was like, hey, we got something here.
The father that was more worried about the dollars and cents as opposed to checking on his kids' mental stability. The father who was willing to put his children in compromising and even embarrassing situations because there was a check always attached to it for him. It was another opportunity for him to keep the flame going on the 15 seconds of it all. That's how you ended up with 2 children who are getting embarrassed on social media in their own respective ways. One, because there are this failed creator hooper that is labeled as a crash out, and now anytime somebody wants to associate with him, it's because they think that they can get a fight or some sort of rage bait clip. And that same person who is promoting the other child, who is this star who is doing this contradiction gimmick, but ultimately feeding into the narrative and having their brother promoted.
She gonna be bigger than Kim K, man.
Now, I think on surface that reaction sounds like the most ridiculous thing in the world. Your sister's news just got leaked to the internet, and your first response is that she could be the internet's Kim K. Okay. But if you look at the family tree in this film, I think it's totally understood. This is the Newman experience. James taught his kids early on that attention creates these opportunities. Quote, the mixtapes set him up for success. That was about Julian Newman going and playing basketball, which I think is a miss because I would think that the training would set him up for success, not necessarily the mixtapes, but I don't know. Jaden Newman learned that even if you're getting attention, it could be very costly, but the trade-off is ultimately worth it. I mean, she's the one who said it after revealing that at just the age of 15 years old, people were sending her graphic images. Julian spent his years experiencing that trade-off. Not necessarily the same one where anybody is sending him any graphic images, but ultimately, you know, his public attempts at being successful for basketball made him the internet's court jester. And now Jaden Newman is going through that same thing where she is getting leaked, which, again, I don't know if I would consider it to be a leak, especially because these are the same videos and photos that are on her OnlyFans that she is selling. I do think that this is a play.
This ain't no damn leak. This ain't no damn leak. She just committed to be. I ain't gonna lie. That's how you know you failed as a fucking parent. You got a daughter on OF fucking, and you got a son on the internet getting laughed at and clowning. That's two fat ass F's on the test, bro. That's 2 F's on the test. You have failed class. You must repeat the 2nd grade. See what I'm saying? That is not official, bro. You was tweaking. And part of the reason is probably what Miss Nigga Meezy is saying. Meezy is saying that it sounds like the dad prioritized the fame because, like he said, maybe because it was more profitable for him. But that's when you start putting yourself over your kids and start being selfish. You're supposed to be your own independent man. Your kids is not supposed to help you make no money. Period. I don't give a fuck what's going on. You the parent. You supposed to set up the kid for success. I don't want none of your fucking money. You understand? You supposed to be your own independent man and take your ass to work every day, wherever the fuck you work. Take your ass to work, nigga. Okay? You want to get rich? Start you a motherfucking business, like everybody else. Get rich like that. The more money you get, the more you pour into your kids. But you don't use your kids as a mule to bring in money. You just push your kid to be great, and if they bring money in and they want to give you some as a father, cool. Thank you, son. Thank you, daughter. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Thank you, y'all. Bless your daddy with $1 million cash. Okay, thank you. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're supposed to do. Now, if you broke and you got a child who end up on Disney Channel making millions of dollars, of course, use a little bit of it to buy a nicer house, to buy in a nicer neighborhood, so you're not still. You know what I'm saying? But you don't use none of that money to go get you a new Hellcat. You don't use none of that money to go get you some new shoes and go to Roof Chris and live in a better neighborhood and this, that, and third.
Chat, that's the end of the video, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's like we all was watching those mixtapes, and it's just crazy to see how, like, where they're at right now in life. I ain't gonna lie. But that's the end of the video. Subscribe to the channel.